I actually came from a huge civic service and community service based family. Literally, I think from the time I was 4 or 5, my parents, one of the two of them, through nonprofit groups, was having me do stuff. And it could be as simple as literally doing these little mini decorations for Meals on Wheels, or it could be going out and raising revenue for the animal shelter. But every single month I was doing something different. So for me, it was mostly a way of life, but it was also a way of my parents explaining to me what other people live like, or what goes around in the world outside of my own little bubble. What the Reagan Library Presidential Scholarship enabled me to do was to go to USC. And at USC, it's one of the most prestigious research universities anywhere in the world. It was actually College of the year I entered. It enabled me to get an amazing education with an incredible support network that was there with me every single day in tutoring, or just stopping me in the hallway saying, hey, how are you doing? How's college? And really taking a personal interest that I would not have gotten somewhere else. USC also put me at the hub of Los Angeles, which is some of the most creative and vibrant minds I think anywhere in the country or the world. And while I was there, I discovered passions for things I didn't even think that I would remotely have an interest in. Back in high school, if you'd interviewed me back then, I thought I wanted to be an engineer, and I thought I wanted to be doing medical implants and helping people to see. And it was a very ambitious and completely worthwhile career, but one that I did not pursue. After 4 years in college of being in a basement and working nonstop in engineering projects, I realized it was not for me. And I had to be okay with that. What I've seen based on the scholarship recipients and the scholarship committee is they're really looking for someone that's authentic, that's hardworking, that's tenacious, that's creative, that's going to be thinking outside of the box and really relating to people. They're looking for someone that is a great person, not necessarily one that's a stereotype. Now I work for an international nonprofit called the Society for Creative Anachronism, which does Middle Ages history and living reenactments. So I'm able then to reach back to school children now, and it's not standing next to a poster, it's literally me in full armor going out, charging down a lane and jousting or sword fighting or getting into character and doing this elaborate stage production. But because it's a nonprofit, all of a sudden these school kids can see it because they can afford it. So it's an interesting evolution. It's literally in my life going from cookie cutter to very unique and a little bit out there. But at the same time, it makes me smile and it makes me feel so good. And I'd hope really that a lot of the scholarship winners continue to do what they're doing, because all of them are amazing at giving back, but also start tailoring it and start looking about where am I unique, and just giving back for being who they are. I actually work in stunts in Hollywood. I do music videos, film, television. I've got a huge thing coming up right now. It's the first female warrior ever to be featured by Spike TV for the show Deadliest Warrior. I'm playing Joan of Arc, but it's one after another. And I think it's really interesting because it's been a very natural progression of literally going to college, going to sports, going to acting, going to modeling, but it's so amazing. And it completely helps satisfy me when I'm not at work, because I think for anyone to be really alive, you can't just work all the time. You have to look for humor and fun in your work, but you also have to take the time to nourish your soul and your spirit. And for me, that's the arts. So I really am thankful. It's something I never pictured, but something that was all triggered by one scholarship.